you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 Who You With, Kirk, dog.
Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, dog. I'm Who You With, Kirk, dog. Want to welcome everyone to the show on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, D Live is always in the house. Can't forget about Anchor. They're also in the house also. So, man, I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. I had a okay weekend. It was pretty good. Had to take some time off, but we are back live tonight, and I'm taking time out to respond back to everyone's emails. So I know Thursday night, made a mistake. I was actually broadcasting from a different system and forgot to cut one part on. So y'all could hear me but couldn't see me. So, but we back in the house tonight, doing a little bit better. So want to know, how was your weekend? What's going on with you? And it looked like, I don't know. My internet is tripping. So tonight we're gonna actually talk about a couple of things. We're gonna talk about Janene coffin carrying Hoskovec. This the lady that went viral about a week and a half ago. For coughing on two young ladies at the grocery stores out in Arizona. No, out in what city were they in? Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, and coughing on them about wearing a mask. Well, we're gonna talk about her a little bit. Then also, Niviane Petit Phelps. She pled guilty today for threatening to kill Vice President Kamala Harris earlier this year, and is facing up to 5 years in prison. Do you think that's a fair sentence, or should she get more time? And that's the question of the day. Should she get more time for making a threat of killing the vice president, even went to the point of collecting money? So we're going to talk about that too. Welcome to the show. T-Cal is up in the house. I'm glad I'm back too. Feel much better, but still have some struggles. So, but I'm glad I'm back on the show live, and it makes me feel good when I'm able to communicate with y'all. You can live chat with us in the chat room, just like T-Cal just did, and also you can always call in. The phone number is always strolling across the top, right up above my head, 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665. But if you call in, please do not block your number. I won't answer. Get too many spam calls now, so I won't answer. And be respectful. That's all we ask. This is the show for everyone. Anybody can can be a part of the show. So definitely, we may talk about something that you like, or you may want to bring something else up, just like the email I received, which we're gonna address that on Thursday night with Miss Risky. So we'll definitely be doing that. Just getting back to the swing of everything, so it give us time to do our research on it. So um, Janene Hoskovec, she was at a grocery store, and I seen this video last week. Um, at a grocery store, and she decided to approach a mother and a daughter that was in there shopping. And she approached them about them wearing a mask. Well, um, that's their choice to wear a mask. That's your choice not to wear a mask. But if someone decide to wear a mask, it don't give you any rights to approach that person for not wearing a mask, for wearing a mask. And just like if someone decide not to wear one, if that's not your place of business nor your home, it don't give you the right to approach that person. Now, as for me, I'm gonna wear my mask. But at the same time, just because someone wear a mask or don't wear a mask, do not give you the right to approach someone about it, because Janine thought she was doing a good thing. But now the story read that Janine Hoskovec is an Arizona woman and former SAP employee accused of coughing on a mother and daughter who was shopping at a Super Saver grocery store in Lincoln, Nebraska. Video on the September the 3rd, 2021 incident went viral after it was posted on social media. The masculine woman in the video confronted the other shopper because they were wearing a mask. The 55-year-old Hoskovec worked for SAP, and the company said in a statement after the video went viral that it was investigating the situation. SAP said in an updated late on September the 8th, 2021, we have reviewed the incident and can confirm that the individual in question no longer worked for SAP. Hoskovec first name as being the woman in the video by TikTok creator that Danish guy who is known for investigating and finding people in viral videos and stories. Danish, who said he worked along with another TikTok user, Gil, to confirm Hoskovec's identity, posted a video naming her on September the 7th, 2021, leading to a statement by SAP. SAP said in his first statement posted to Twitter, the health and safety of our employees and in the community in which we live and work are the utmost concern to us. We're taking the matter of a SAP employee incident very serious and investigating the situation. SAP is a software company based in Germany. Hoskovec could not be reached for comment by him and has not commented publicly about the video and the accusation made against her. The Lincoln Police Department and Super Saver have also commented. The video was first posted on Reddit by the woman who was coughed on. She titled the video on the Lincoln subreddit, "Anti-Mask Carrying, Deliberate Coughing on Me at South 27 Super Saver." It was also posted on TikTok by her 13-year-old daughter and went viral as well. It spread on Twitter after it was shared by popular accounts like 50 Shades of Woo, who wrote in his tweet, "COVID did never in Nebraska cough on shopper at supermarket." This woman was last seen at a Super Saver in Lincoln, Nebraska, deliberate coughing on innocent people and spraying her aerosol in the middle of a deadly pandemic. The 13-year-old girl father, who was not at the store, also shared the video on Twitter and wrote, "She instigated the whole thing, hit the mother / child to harass. Think they just wanted to get away. Lady kept following them. Some other folks stepped in to super saver they were at. Didn't really do anything. Tell the lady to leave / wear a mask, etc. They just broke it up. Here's what you need to know." So basically, after this incident, this woman continued to harass them, continued to follow them, and at some point, some laws need to be made, because if someone doing this, regardless of who it is harassment. And because we don't know enough about this virus, that's one of those things that will get your ass whooped. For the simple fact, you up here coughing on somebody, don't know if you had a virus or not, but at the same time, you want to cough on somebody. Now, what if this lady and her child end up getting COVID due to her action? Then what? Because that is an assault, and it should be an assault with a deadly weapon, because she don't know if she have it or not. And that's the problem we have today, with so many people want to do stuff like this. T-Cal said, "As that you have a good time off. I watched some of your replays this morning. I had it on." I appreciate you for watching the replays. I did have a good time while I was off, and it wasn't all that good, but it was good. It was good enough. So had a great time. I survived. So Marcella said, "What's up, y'all? It's the People Show." Thank you for supporting the show. Marcella's always coming on. T-Cal said, "These people are out of control. Coughing will get you shot." I asked that question a long time ago. When the pandemic first started, if somebody coughed on you, would that be considered as an assault? Because at that point, they are putting your life at risk, your life, your family life, and do you have the legal rights to defend yourself? I'm just asking. If if somebody know the legal stance on that, please let us know, because people are going out of control with doing stuff like this. That's kind of like when COVID first started. It was people going around coughing on food in stores and stuff like that, which we know some of them was charged, but we don't know what type of consequences they had. I'm sorry, I'm so ghetto. Because I'm not supporting, or not that I'm not supporting, but because this water company is not a sponsor of the show, I don't need to show their name on the show. So, and I didn't take the name off before I started the show, because I guess I was drinking a lot of water beforehand and then filled my cup back up. Marcella said, "With COVID killing people, coughing on somebody should be attempted murder." I agree with you. It should be, because it's one of those things. Even if a person don't have no symptoms, you could be asymptomatic. You could be asymptomatic and sharing and passing it on without even knowing. And then also, there's people that have tested positive, but they still choose not to quarantine, even though you don't have the symptoms, but you still living your best life, as if, hey, yeah, I test positive, but I don't have no symptom. But what about the symptom of the people that you coming in contact with? You're putting their life at danger. And as long as you continue to do stuff like that, we're going to continue to be in this situation. If you know you're positive, stay home, quarantine. Don't go hang out, going to party, becoming a super spreader. Stay home. Stay home and chill. Do what you have to do to get better, to get rid of it, for we all can get back out and turn up. Because right now, we just can't. Um, T-Cal said at first, I didn't think I would, but the way people are out of control with coughing and sneezing with no regard, these people are letting their kids run around mask off and nose running. That's another thing. You know your kids are sick. We all know young kids cannot be vaccinated. Pedialyte is not going to cure everything. Yeah, it'll keep them from being dehydrated. But you know, if your child got a runny nose, keep them at home. They don't need to be out. That means their immune system is already compromised. They nose running, something going on. And these folks that half-ass wear their mask. It's another thing. When you wear your mask, wear it over your nose and mouth and not right below your nose or not just up above your mouth. And every time you talk, you don't have to pull it down. You wear it properly. But some people feel like it's all a hoax. And if you feel that way, that's your choice. That's your choice. But don't be like other people. They felt like this was all a hoax. And then once it came down to it, and they end up getting it, and they on their deathbed, now they talking about they made a mistake. Do what's best for you, but be mindful of other people's lives that you're putting in danger, because you don't know what somebody is dealing with. You don't know what underlying medical condition a person can have. But you want to go ahead and like, hey, everything is good. Like I said last year, you cough on me, that's an ass whooping. I'm not inviting nobody to try it, but I'm just saying, don't do it. Because I feel like if you have no respect for my life, well, I'm just say, hey, get your stuff in order, because that's crazy. Here it is, almost 2 years in, people are still feeling like this is a game. They feel like this virus is not real, regardless of all the lives that have been lost, regardless of even the ones that felt like it wasn't real and come back on a deathbed. They're pleading with people to get the vaccine, take this serious, and people still feel like it's a game. Well, take a couple of minutes out, talk to somebody who's been affected by it. I know several people that have had the virus, have lost family members to the virus, and this is no joking matter. This is real, but each his own. But this coughing on folks, no, that need to stop. That, I think what need to happen with Janene, she need to be charged. She should be charged with assault. And if they end up contracting the virus because of her actions, well, then it need to become an attempted murder or whatever the charges may be. It should be upgraded because she knew exactly what she was doing. Now you have this mother and daughter, don't know who all in the house. The husband could have some other kids at home, and now you put all of them at risk for doing something stupid. something that not going to prove a point to nobody, but how stupid you are for even trying to do it. And then on top of that, you lost your job. I don't feel bad for you. Sure don't. You're lucky you didn't get that ass whooped before you lost your job. Because if you're doing something like that, we'll get an ass whooping real quick. You just haven't found the right one. Want to welcome everyone once again on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter. D Live is always in the house. And also, if you are on my personal Facebook page, please go over to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog on the show page. And if you decide to chat with us, we can also put your chat up in the chat room, and I can see your chat when they come in. I don't think I can see it on my personal page. They changed that format a while back. But please be smart about this. This is not a game. This is not something somebody just, oh, we're going to say it's COVID. Do what's best for you. That's all I can say. Do what's best for you. And then people upset because Biden have a mandate in order for federal employees. So you're saying you prefer to risk everybody else's life because you choose not to get vaccinated. Okay. That's selfish. That's all it is. You damn selfish. Do what's best for you and your family. Hell, matter of fact, do you think insurance companies should charge a higher rate for people that is not vaccinated? Because eventually, once they die, they're going to have to pay that money out if they have insurance. Because unfortunately, a lot of people don't have insurance. Should they be charged a higher rate if they're not vaccinated? I know many of people that have had COVID, that have survived. It affects everybody differently. It don't affect everybody the same. I know some that was near death that survived. I personally don't know anyone personally that had died from it, but I do know people that have lost loved ones. So you got to do what's best for you. Marcella said I wasn't going to do, but I'm around my grandparents every weekend. My shot is strictly to keep them from contracting it for me. I feel you because the thing is, my wife and I, we both work with the public, so we're around people all the time, and we're like, hey, we need to get vaccinated to make sure neither one of us get it and bring it home to the other person. So you have to do what's best for you and your family. And some people don't care. Some people don't care. We've heard all the stories where the family will have a birthday party, little get together, then all of a sudden, if not all of them, majority of them end up getting the virus. I believe it was in California last year. And I cannot remember the young man's name, but he went to a barbecue. And he was skeptical about going, and he decided to go anyway. But the young man ended up getting the virus, and unfortunately, he passed away. And I think his grandmother got sick. Several family members got sick, even though he was skeptical about going. but he went up against his own judgment to go. Um, so you have to do what's best for you. And if you're gonna go somewhere, wear your mask. Be safe about it. I know myself, if I'm out and about going somewhere, I wear my mask. I don't care. If I'm somewhere eating, if it's real crowded, oh, I get it to go. It tastes just fine, warmed up. I get it to go. But other than that, just wear your mask, be safe about it, and everything else will play into play. So, uh, Petit Phelps, 39, admitted to sending her husband, who was in prison, a video of herself making threats to kill Harris in February. According to DOJ, Phelps claimed she had accepted $53,000 to carry out the hit within 50 days. After sending the video, she sent the photograph of herself holding a firearm with a target sheet at a gun range. Prosecutor said 2 days later she applied for a concealed weapon permit. On Monday, Phelps pled guilty to 6 counts, including charges of threats against the vice president. She is scheduled to be sentenced. She is scheduled for sentencing on November the 19th. Phelps faces up to 5 years in federal prison. 5 years for making threats to kill the vice president. Now, I don't know who Phelps is. I don't know who she is, but I personally feel like that's kind of like a slap on the wrist. That's my opinion. You making threats to kill the vice president. And she's a nurse. She's a nurse. My question is, why would you want to kill her? Why would you want to make threats like that? And did your husband have a burner phone in jail? Now they said she sent him a video. I'm just kind of curious. What have she done to make you want to kill her? I'm just kind of curious myself, because that's one of those questions make you say, you're talking about killing the vice president, who only been in office since January. So you telling me you that pissed off about her where you want to make threats? Now take it, at the time of the threat, she had only been in office for less than a month. Less than a month. Now, I don't know who this young lady is. I'm trying to find a picture of her because I want to see how she looked. Because I don't want to assume nothing. And if I had to assume, for you to make threats about Vice President Harris like that, it couldn't be the bills that they doing or something like that. The only thing I could think of why you would be so pissed off about it, one, because Trump lost and you're a Trump supporter. Two, because of the color of her skin. And 3, because your ass crazy. But that's what it comes down to. Should 5 years for 6 counts, you're getting 5 years? And it's not guaranteed she's going to get 5 years. She's facing up to 5 years in prison. Hell, we seen how they did for the January 6th terrorists. Some of them getting probation. Some of them spend 6 months in jail, time served. But is that a fair sentence? I personally don't think it is. Because they committed treason, did a terrorist attack on America. Charge them like you would any other terrorist. That's kind of like, which I should have pulled the story up earlier. The guy that shot President Reagan. Hell, he's still in jail. And the thing is, I believe he was coming up trying to get parole. And they said no. John Warnock Hinckley Jr. is an American man who attempted to assassinate U.S. President Ronald Reagan in Washington, D.C. on March 30th, 1981, using a .22 caliber revolver. He did wound Reagan. Police officer Thomas Delaney and Secret Service agent Tim McCarty arrested him. So that was in 81, 40 years ago. Yes, he did commit an assault. But in the times that we're living in today, with the race tensions that is going on, do you feel like 5 years is appropriate for a threat on Vice President Harris? I just don't think it's appropriate enough. Yeah, send it to me. And is it appropriate to play on air? Off air. So definitely send it to me and I'll check it out. So I feel like she should get more time. Anything that someone would get for threatening to kill the president or the vice president should get the full time. 5 years not long enough. She need to sit in there and think about it for a while. And if you make the laws a little bit stricter for folks like that, it would make it harder for it'll make people think before they do certain things. It will make them think before they do certain things, because the thing is, long as you keep giving them a slap on the wrist, they're not going to learn their lesson. They won't learn at all. They're going to continue doing it. Oh, she only got 5 years. She's facing up to 5 years. Don't be surprised this woman don't get probation. I would not be surprised at all. And that's the problem that we have here in America, because it's different laws for different folks. So that's my stance on that. And I'm gonna go to the point. I should have said it in the last segment. I've been seeing Nicki Minaj stories come up all day, and I'm like, what's going on with Nicki? You just had a baby, you married, enjoy your life. But apparently, she went off the other day talking about she anti-vax, which we seen. Who was I forgot the rapper name that did it a couple of weeks ago. Well, the latest thing came out. Nicki Minaj blamed cousin friends STD symptom on COVID-19 vaccine. Nicki Minaj continued to defend her decision to not vaccinate herself against the COVID-19 virus Monday evening after revealing that she contracted the virus during a video shoot. The rapper announced that she would not be getting the vaccine until she'd done enough research before claiming the vaccine caused a cousin friend to become impotent and experience swollen testicles. I'm gonna stop right there because the thing is, now I'm gonna read a little bit further. My cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. Nicki Minaj tweeted to her followers while discussing the COVID-19 vaccine. His testicles became swollen. His friends was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bully. It's a whole bunch in there that she may not be aware of. And the cousin friend, he was weeks away from getting married. Now, and he's in Trinidad. You don't think it's a possibility? I don't know. But do you think it's a possibility? It may not be the vaccine. It could have been other actions that happened and just use the vaccine for his future wife. Wouldn't know. Because if it's truly the vaccine, what difference would it make if you got married or not? Because the wedding should still go on. But if the wife to be is suspicious of some other things that could have taken place, well, I'm just saying, STD like symptoms. Hell, I don't know, but it's a possibility he could have got burnt. I'm just saying. But I don't know. Out of all people, I guess he's the one that it affected. I never heard anybody else getting big balls out of after getting the vaccine. Yeah, Naked, you might want to think about that for a little bit. But it's your choice if you get vaccinated or not. And because you're saying that you did get the virus while doing a video shoot, and apparently it must have been a mild case of it. And you have to consider it don't affect everybody the same. Some people get mild cases, seem like it's just a cold. Some people may get a case that seem like it's flu-like symptoms. And some people get affected real bad. I had a family member spend 2 weeks in the hospital, and it still having effects from it a month later. So it affected everybody different. Um, I know some other people that had the virus. It didn't affect them the same way. It affected everybody different. That's all I'm saying. But on that, saying it's swollen balls up 2 weeks before you got married, try to feel his wild oats. I'm just saying. Maybe somebody else, if somebody else had that issue, let me know. Because something just don't sound right in that whole thing. And the excuse that you gave, the excuse that you gave did not sound right. Marcella said, no, that fool was cheating. Allegedly cheating, because as a man, it sounded like he was trying to feel his wild oats, trying to get them all off before you say, I do. And I think the future wife knew that. For the simple fact, if it was truly from the vaccine, she would not have left his ass at the altar. She would stand by her man. Yeah, that kind of raised up another question. If you're kind of want to make it mutual, but if your boo thing go get the vaccine, then all of a sudden they come up with STD-like symptoms, would you still stay with them? And I'm quite sure if that was one of the side effects, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I haven't seen anything like it. But if that's one of the side effects, okay, fine. That'd be a hard thing to try to explain. Hey, baby, I know we've been married for 14 years. I went and got my vaccinated, and now my nuts swole. That'd be very hard to explain. I don't think she'll go for it. Now, unless it's a known side effect. If it's a known side effect, that's different. And then you talking about, see, first of all, we all know, as Black folks, when stories come out, the truth changes several times before you get to the real truth. This is something she heard from a cousin about his friend who is saying that it was the vaccine 2 weeks before he got married. Now he's not getting married. And it's easier to say, blame it on the vaccine instead of just saying, you know what? I messed up. I messed up. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, it's so easy to say, that it was the vaccine, but in reality, it was where you were dipping your stick yet. And you got to be careful. Definitely got to be careful. And trying to feel you. I understand. Bachelor parties are great for some people. But hey, each his own. And hey, only thing I can say, he's gonna stick with that story. That's his story. He's gonna stick with it. Because that's one of those truth that you might need to take to the grave with you, because here it is. This all of a sudden you take the how long did it take for it to swell up is what I would ask Nikki. Or ask the guy. Was it 3 days? I'm just curious because you got to be careful of the stories you're putting out there, Nikki. You got to realize that they also have filed suit against several people for putting out false information about the vaccine and all of that. So you need to be very careful how you share that story. And I know you went on an anti-vax um, uh, rant about not getting the vaccine and all of this, and your PR person probably like, no, you need to change this up. You got to come up with a different story than this. But if it's not true that one of these are the side effects, you opening yourself up for some issues. Only thing I'm saying is make sure you know all the facts before you put them out there. I don't know the guy. I don't know if that's one of the side effects or not. But it's something sound kind of fishy about this story. Maybe he ate some. I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I wasn't gonna even talk about this story tonight, but I said, you know what? She brought it up. Um, she brought it up, so hey. But the reality, hey, if the guy did get it from, if that's one of the side effects to get enlarged testicles, well, if that's one of the side effects, maybe the future or ex-future wife should know that, and we would have heard more cases of it. So I don't know. I know it didn't happen to me when I got my vaccine. And besides, what vaccine did he get? Just people need to know that too. Don't just blame it on the vaccine and you going by third-hand information, but then you want to talk about Joy Reid. Come on now. All because of your comment, because you made a comment about it. And I know I follow you on Twitter, social media. So if you feel like you want to call in and we can have open discussion, it's all good. But just follow the rules. Don't block your number. But we can have open discussion. We can have a full show, just you and I talking. And bring your husband. Bring your husband. We can talk too. And it'd be very interesting. So I'll be respectful. You be respectful. But please look at all the signs. I understand that's your cousin friend. And he had to come up, allegedly had to come up with a reason why the marriage was called off. He don't want people to know, well, look, I was trying to get this last little piece. Because that's what it sounded like to me. He was trying to get that last little piece before he said I do. And that last little piece caused more problems than anything. And that's another thing. A lot of folks, look, HIV is still out here. STD is still out here. Pandemic have not wiped none of that out. Strap up. Protect yourself. Protect the person that you with. And if you're married, you shouldn't be going outside your marriage, no way. So if you are, protect your wife or your husband. Because there's some women out here that cheat too, that seem like they all innocent and church girls and feel like they won't cheat on a man. That's a lie. Y'all just good at cheating compared to guys. That's all that is. I know that's probably gonna, yeah. I know I'm gonna get some comments about that one, but it's the truth. Hell, cheaters come in all forms, shape, and size. It doesn't matter. Do what you have to do to protect yourself. But if you're single, if you're married, you shouldn't be entertaining it. But hey, each his own. But tomorrow night, what's tomorrow? Wednesday. My days are all off. Tomorrow night we will be back again, 8 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully, I won't have no problem with my system tomorrow because my phone is updating now. So if you're trying to call, we'll just have to do it later. But please continue to protect yourself no matter where you are, where you're going, even if it's with family and friends. Protect yourself. And continue to support the show. You can follow us on all social media, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, D Live, and Anchor FM. And please subscribe to the channel Anchor FM. It's just a low fee of $2.99. And I went to that coffee place this morning to give me a hot chocolate. And I paid more than $2.99 for one drink. But you can actually pay $2.99 a month and get all the shows. So you can definitely do that. And matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do a continue show on Anchor. So I'm gonna do a continue show on Anchor tonight to talk about this vaccine and all of that. So look, subscribe to the channel, $2.99, and that will be the uncut version. So so definitely subscribe and let us know exactly how you feel. And until tomorrow night, if the good Lord say the same, we will see you then. I love each and every one of you. Until then.